Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and actually welcome to update 32.2. So this is a comet, an asteroid and a planet walk into the solar system update, and I'm just looking at the image here. What is this cow looking? What is that? So I guess we'll be seeing what that is shortly. Okay, so first of all, the green comet. Explore the green comet, which recently passed by the Earth for the first time in 50,000 years. Very, very cool. I actually tried looking for that in the sky where I was. I couldn't see it, unfortunately. Close encounters of an asteroid kind. Watch asteroid 2023 BU perform one of the closest ever passes of Earth, 2,200 kilometers from the surface. It posed no threat. The non-existent planet. In the 1800s, astronomers thought there was a planet dubbed Vulcan between Mercury and the Sun. We now know Vulcan does not exist, but you can still learn about its history. Very cool. More highlights. Press C on the planet now always points you towards the horizon. Taken off now returns you to your previous position. See the 12 new moons recently discovered around Jupiter, or learn how Jupiter's moons have been discovered throughout history. We added a spherical cow. Check out in tools, add objects. Experience 100 cows hitting Earth at light speed, because why not? What the heck? I will do that first. There's a button for it. What is this all about? Oh my god. What is that? No way. All of these? Oh my god. What is this? Oh. What the heck? It's 100 of them. Turn off trails. Labels. Oh, I think that's all of them. Oh my god. So that's a lot of cows that are just... That's such a random object to add. I love it. Oh my god. Whoa. And there you go. Oh. Ah, didn't really do anything. Or did it? No, that looks okay actually. They just all went... And the cows release 10 times energy that would be released by setting off a heavy nuclear weapon. Oh man. Oh, Earth's frozen. Well, that was certainly interesting. Right, so open simulations. We should have some new things in here. So we got the green comet. So let's check this guy out first. So does it actually appear green? Where is it? So there it is there. So on 2nd of March, astronomers at the Zwicky Transient Facility discovered a new comet. It says its name there. A comet made its closest approach to the Sun on January the 12th, 23, and its closest approach to Earth on February the 1st. The comet's orbital path is still unknown, but it will likely be over 50,000 years until it revisits Earth. So there it is there. Very nice. Hey, it actually is green as well. Cool. Is green due to carbon molecules on its surface evaporating when exposed to ultraviolet light from the sun. In reality, the surface comet is not green. We've coloured it green artificially to represent the green light it gives off, since Universe Sandbox does not simulate the physical mechanisms that lead to emission of green light. Like this surface comet is actually black or grey. Yeah. Well, what we can do is give it a green object trail. So we can just do this. Voila! Green comet. Hey! So there it is for the Earth. So there's Earth. Labels on. So there's the object there. Green comet. Nice. That's cool. That's really cool. So if we look in... so it's in between the orbits of Earth and Mars, as we can see here. There's its rough orbit. So it goes out pretty far. Well, actually, it doesn't even have an actual orbit. So, interesting. I guess we'd have to try and actually recreate that sort of orbit there, because... Yeah, it doesn't actually have an orbit. It's just a slingshot orbit. So if I actually pressed auto orbit, that would kind of ruin it, wouldn't it? But yeah, I would be quite interested to actually try and give that an actual orbit around 50,000 years. That could be quite cool, actually. We'll give it a quick little experiment here, actually. Why not? So, first of all, 50,000 years. You want something like that. So, with the... Yeah, that's a ridiculous... So, orbital period, 50,000 years. It said 50,000, right? I'm not just tripping. Over 50,000 years. Oh, God. Okay, so that is like an enormous orbit. So, if you compare that with Sedna, that's mad. That is an enormously sized orbit. So, if you try that again, So, auto orbit. Okay, so what we're going to do is there. So put orbits on. I actually want to try and build this. This could actually be really cool. So, 50,000. So that's like going out to Oort cloud levels of distance. Or is it? Oh, it must be. I mean, that's a... Well, maybe the inner areas. I mean, that is a... Yeah, that is an enormous... There's Neptune there. That is... Maybe not actually, but... Right, so what we need to do now... Let's go all the way down to this. No, we don't want inclination, we need eccentric. So if it's got 50,000 and it swipes by the Earth, then it's going to need a pretty hefty orbit. So we're going to have to obviously play around with this. So, to get it down to 50,000 years. My God. Maybe it's more like that, because it needs to cut in the orbit of Earth. So we need to make it so it actually cuts in between Earth and Mars. To give it a sort of realistic sort of look of how it could actually work. So even then, that's still a ridiculously crazy orbit then. It's constantly changing as well. It's never going to stay the same with the planets causing trouble. So the question is, we need to get it in there. So it needs to be more like... So look, getting it in there, into the inner solar system between Earth and Mars, only puts it to 804 years. So again, you need to make that 50,000. You know, that's still going to cause that problem. So what we need is... I mean, if it takes 50,000 years, the eccentricity is going to have to be even in more. See, it doesn't... That will just break away. See, that doesn't... Theoretically, in the simulation, we can't have a 50,000 year orbit with that much eccentricity. So, interesting. Very, very interesting stuff. Because it can't be above 1 in the value. It has to be below 1. So that is like the absolute best you could have it, is somewhere there. So, I guess we can try... orbital period is still pretty insane there. Let's just try and lower that down to... Or maybe we can make it work. So 50,000 years is there. But it's still not in the inner solar system, so I think the best we can have it is roughly there, which is 5,000 years. But, yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's 50,000 years to go around the sun once. I mean, that's pretty mad. But, I mean, for Earth to see it again, it would have to go all the way around. So, I mean, I think that's the sort of best orbit you could really give it, really, the green comet. So, the only way it can go by Earth and come back is roughly something like that. Just as a rough, that's just a rough indicator. I'm no expert with orbits, but wouldn't it be something like this, wouldn't it? So to put that into perspective, I mean, look at that. That's pretty far away. I mean, there's Neptune there. That's about 2930 AU. Yep. So that is pretty far. So 5,000 orbit years. So I mean, if we compare that to a Sedna, so if we go to the live view of the solar system here, Sedna is chilling. There he is. So Sedna's there. If we look at Sedna's stats, that's so look at a year on Sedna, 12,000 years. So that's roughly Sedna sort of levels of distance there, which is pretty crazy. So that's mad stuff. I love this live view as well. This is really cool. It has all of the probes and all of that all in here. It's so cool. There's a Tesla. Like, it's cool, isn't it? I do like this little mode. Literally the live view of this. It's got this exact date and time as when I'm filming this video. So this is exactly where everyone is at the moment, which is really cool. So recently Venus and Jupiter were aligned, so you can sort of see as well Venus and Jupiter, similar sort of planes. You can see there's Venus, Jupiter's obviously over there. Pretty cool. But anyways, moving on. So we've also got the other asteroid, the close encounter with Earth here. So there it is there. 2023 BU. Passed within 2,000 kilometers of Earth. This is just under half the length of the United States, or about the distance from Portugal to Poland. So, it's pretty good. Look at that. I mean, that's the Earth there. You can see, from this asteroid, you'd be able to see a lot of things. So, that's pretty cool. This is just under half the length of the United States. Came closer to Earth than many communication satellites orbit, and this was one of the closest recent passes from an asteroid ever recorded. It's about 8 meters across, and it's not a threat to Earth. It's too small. It would just vaporize as it approaches Earth if it got too close. It came so close that Earth's gravity acted like a slingshot and changed its orbit around the Sun from a circular 359-day orbit to a elongated oval orbit with a 425 orbit. So if we look at it now, so it's orbits. Here we go. So stings by the Earth, and you can see its orbit changed as it did that. Pretty cool. So it's just slung around the Earth, and now it is receding again. So pretty cool. There he is. Nice. Does it actually get a 425 orbit, or is it... Let's have a look. Days. There you go. Check that out. Pretty cool. So that's chilling around there as well. So the recent flyby of Earth asteroid. So it's going to take a while for it to come back. So why don't we actually have a look when it does come back? Because look, we look at the years. The year's now 2024. So how long will it take for this asteroid to get close again? Let's just keep speeding up time and wait for the Earth to come round again. Okay, so it's approaching. It's going to take a while though. There it is. There you go. So somewhere around 2029, it will get close to the Earth once more. And the Earth will pass it. So we can see roughly, try and get the exact sort of date when they get close together. There's the Earth. They're so close, the Earth's approaching, it's overtaking it. So somewhere there, 2030 will be another close, or the next time they come sort of close together. But even then, it's not going to be the closest what we've had this year, because they're in different parts of the system. So if we keep going again, look, again, the next approach after 2030. Just keep going round. There we go. Earth is catching it up there. Okay, so that was around 2037. So it's a roughly 7 to 10 year gap between the two. But obviously, it's going to take a while for them to actually get really close again, like they did this time. I mean, that's probably a one in a time scenario there. So pretty cool. Very nice indeed. That's pretty cool. Where's this Vulcan simulation? I want to see where that is. Is there anything if we search for Vulcan? Ah, there we go. Right, what's this all about? Right, hello. There it is. Hey. It's the extra inner planet in the solar system. Check that out. Pretty cool. So, in the 19th century, many astronomers thought there was another Mercury-sized planet orbiting Mercury and the Sun, as Mercury's orbit proceeds or wobbles slightly around the Sun. The gravitational pull of Mercury and all other objects in the solar system can explain most, but not all. In observed precession in 1843, the mathematician Urban Leverrier, hope I'm saying his name right, predicted the additional precision due to gravitational influence of a planet dubbed Vulcan after the Roman god of fire. Despite the claimed discovery of Vulcan in 1859, the French physical and amateur astronomer Edmond Lescarbot attempts to confirm where its existence was unsuccessful. When Einstein published his theory of relativity in 1915, he used his new understanding of gravity to show that the sun bend or space bend around the sun's mass, like a bowling ball and a trampoline, caused Mercury's additional precession there. The new theory doomed Vulcan, which is no longer thought to exist. Well, you can't see this slight difference in Mercury in universe Sandbox. It does not simulate general relativity. Vulcan remains a piece of astronomical history. It is simulated here with the orbital parameters from Leverrier's original claim theory. Cool. So there it is. So if it was here, it'd be 466 degrees. So if we compare that to Venus, 422, in theory Vulcan would be the hottest planet in the solar system if it was there. So if we look, Mercury's orbit's 88 days around the Sun. Well, 87.9. Okay, Vulcan would be 19. So that's more like an orbit you'd see around a red dwarf star than a star like the Sun, I guess. I mean, it's very, very close to the Sun, very, very hot, and the Sun is pretty big here. Yeah, it's more like a planet you'd see around a red dwarf. So, pretty crazy stuff. So there is the mighty Vulcan, finally getting a little update in the game as well. Pretty cool. Added it in there. So that's cool. I wonder if it's in the object menu. Can you actually add it in? Because its radius isn't obviously not going to be the largest planet out there either. Let's see. Is it any mention of Vulcan here? Out of curiosity, I don't think there would be. I've only got my ones, yeah, my copies of it. So if we actually had a comparison, I don't know if the theory said how large the planet would be, but let's see where it is. So in between Mars and Mercury. I mean, it seems like it would fit in, you know, fit somewhere in there, you know. Yeah, interesting stuff. It's a mysterious world there. It does seem like it would fit in there, you know. There's a little gap between Mars and Mercury there. Pretty cool. Okay. So there is the mighty Vulcan. And then lastly, I think we have the... So the last thing was the human object with that cow again. So that was obviously... There it is. So that's in here somewhere? Or is it? There it is. So what is this all about? So there it is. How large is this thing? So this is the 1 meter across. It's even got like a tail. Okay, well, very interesting stuff. So there's a spherical cow. So there we are, guys. That does it for this update of Universe Sandbox. That's update 32.2, as we can see down here. So yeah, pretty cool. I like the simulation with the comets. I will have to try. I do want to try and make this. I want to update my custom solar system. I know I want to do that at some point. So maybe I'll have to try and sneak probably both of these comets. I would like to sneak both of these comets in. I think that would be really, really cool. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And yeah, I've got some updates to some of the planets I want to do as well, visual changes and stuff. So yeah, an updated custom solar system with a few extra objects added here and there as well. I think that would be really, really cool. So stay tuned for that. Hoping to get that out next week. And yeah, guys, with that all said and done, hope you enjoyed this update video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And I will see you in the next video, guys. So make sure you all stay safe out there. Take care. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.